What is going on, everybody? It is the Walkthrough King, and the 15.50 Fortnite update just dropped. So as usual, we gotta do a patch note video, basically covering everything there is known about this update to date. This is the final update for this season as well. And if you guys are wondering if there is going to be a big event this season, or if there is anything leading up to an event, stay tuned as we'll talk about that a little later in this video. As usual, if you guys are new here, definitely recommend subscribing and joining our amazing community, and if you guys want to support the channel, a like on this video would be appreciated. So starting out, let's talk about all of the LTM changes and new LTMs that are going to be arriving. The first one is called Fluoride, and basically standing on the ground in this LTM will start healing you. There's going to be another LTM called Classic Loot, which basically just has classic Battle Royale loot. This is suggesting items that may not have ever been out during Chapter 2, so a bunch of stuff from Chapter 1. Another new LTM called Heavy Metal, in which only the heavy weapon variants can be found in the loot boxes. Then there will be another one called The Floor is Lava Disarmed, which has you avoiding the dangerous lava, and you take your best shot by throwing what you find. Not really sure what this LTM is going to be like, but it's that. Then there's also a Bodyguard LTM, in which your squad will have a VIP, so you want to protect him, as if your VIP dies, then you're out of the game. The VIPs cannot pick up weapons, and they are pretty vulnerable. However, they do have a legendary pistol and a rechargeable revive grenade. So it'll be pretty interesting to see once those actually do make it into the game, what those end up playing like. Moving on, talking about some creative news. We have a new creative island string, which is an XL flat island of grid squares with beta access to the new experimental thermometer. Not sure what that is, but we also have a couple of new creative mode icons that you'll see in this mode. Moving on, we have 4 new prefab islands that you can actually choose from. One of them actually being that thermometer island that we talked about a moment ago. And 4 prefabs themselves that you could place around the island. Looks like we have some from the agency wall that creators out there will now be able to use. One last thing is there is a blog post going over the 15.50 creative changes, so if you want in-depth news on all of that, that will be linked in the description. Moving on, we're going to talk about a couple of quick things, and then we will talk about the event news. As coming up with Laser Beam's LTM, we now see his Flintlock pistol variant, and these are the stats for that. Going with that, there's a bunch of new kill strings for Laser Beam's variant as well, and when you kill somebody in-game, it will say yeet or yeeted, so that's going to be fun to see once this LTM is available. A couple of more quick updates is the Llamatron was updated with beta early access tag for creative, and there is a new shop tag, group emotes. Join in the song with other players who are using the shanty for a squad emote. Lastly, before we get into the event news, here are the week 14 challenges. We have the legendary as well as the epic quests. Feel free to pause if this is moving too fast to see everyone. And we also have the week 15 challenges here. Finally, before we get into the actual event news, here are all of the known issues addressed with 15.50. As well as the rapid fire SMG is now unvaulted. Now, moving on to the event news itself, unfortunately, it doesn't really look like there's going to be an actual live event for this season. However, there is going to be a bit of a build-up for next season, as well as some really cool effects that we will see going off around the 0 point in-game as soon as these servers are live, up until the actual next season update drops. According to Mango, the 0 point will send out 4 waves of destabilization over the course of the following weeks for the Season 6 build-up, and he's expecting that these will play out as almost mini events as we see it change in-game. There were also a couple of updates to the FX files for the Nexus, which has it as Baby Wave as well as Catus Doggus Season 15. This is really interesting as Catus Doggus was the Mech vs. Devourer event. Moving on, there's a new mesh as well with the 0 point for its destabilization version. We will have a bit of in-game footage in just a moment going for that. And it seems like the NPCs might even start to destabilize too. There's 2 teleport effects for NPCs that use Ruckus's death and respawn sound effects. Going with that, there are some gameplay tags as well, converted / teleported to start / end, which goes with the NPCs converting. Effect immobilize, event frozen, event stun, and event dancing. Now we do actually have all of these sound effects thanks to Hypex for these I'll play these right at the end of the video. Before we go into that, it was reported by FireMonkey that these are the remainder of encrypted pack files. So more than likely, as you see by the files and the file sizes, there is not a huge event in this. So I would say for the remainder of the season, we are just going to see the updates to the 0-point destabilize, and it will lead into something really cool for next season. Kind of disappointing, as I was really hoping that there would be a huge event this season. When they announced the season as a 0-point season, I thought they were going to go all out, as usually with the 0-point stuff. It gets really crazy, as we've seen in the past, but I guess this season was kind of more for the collaborations, and the collaborations weren't too bad this season as well. Anyways, I'm taking off for now. I will play those sound effects. Let me know what you guys think of all of this, as well as the event news that we got here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are new here, definitely recommend subscribing. We'll see you guys at the next video. Peace! Along with these sound effects here, I will be playing footage I grabbed of the 0-point in its current destabilization mode.